Hey, what's up everybody, it's Roy from India. Welcome to my channel Roy's Academy. Make sure you watch the video to the end, because if you don't, there might be some punchlines at the end of the video which is very much important for cleaning the concept. And also at the end of watching the entire video, please do hit the thumbs up button and also comment down in the comment section below and let me know if you have any personal queries or doubts. And also you can show me your love and affection by subscribing my channel, so please do subscribe my channel and help me grow my channel more and more for you people, so that I can help benefit you people with more such videos. Thank you. Shuttle system. Shuttle system. The shuttle system, why is it necessary? The shuttle system is necessary because the NADH, okay, or the molecules like the pyruvate and all, oxaloacetate and all, the NADH is a very large molecule. It is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It is a very large protein molecule that cannot enter into the cell. Here it is impossible to enter actually. Within the matrix of the mitochondria, the inner membrane of the mitochondria, it is impossible to enter. This is the fluid mosaic model of the membrane, plasma membrane or the mitochondrial membrane that I am drawing. The membranes are almost same only in every cell organelle as well as the cell. Fluid mosaic model, and the components are different. The components present within the components means the additional components like the enzymes and substrates and all are different. So this is the outer mitochondrial membrane. Okay. Now at the outer mitochondrial, now here the porine group is lying attached to here. The porins. Porins means the channels through which the molecules pass into and out of the membrane. Porine group. Here also and here also. Okay, why I colored this part is in order to depict the phenomena that these porins are solid proteins. Okay, these porins, the pore that I have drawn here is actually not open, that is closed. In time, when it is time, it is being opened. So these are solid proteins. Actually the porine group happens to be like this only. They are very much opaque in nature. So that's why I colored this part with time in order to depict that. So these proteins are always opaque. The porins are group of proteins or letterbox of proteins through which the molecules are being transported in and out of the cell. Now what happens in this case? The aspartate, okay, aspartate or aspartic acid gets converted to oxaloacetic acid. It gets converted to oxaloacetic acid with the interconversion of alpha ketoglutaric acid to alpha ketoglutaric acid to glutamate. And this oxaloacetic acid gets converted to malic acid with the interconversion of the NADH plus NADH to NAD plus. Okay. So what is happening? This is happening in the presence of an enzyme which is called malate dehydrogenase. This malate dehydrogenase, what it's doing is it's taking the electron away from the NADH and converting the NADH to the NAD plus and donating the electron to the malic acid. Now this malic acid is a very short molecule. This is the P side, okay? This is the P side or the cytosolic side or cytoplasmic side, and this is the N side. Okay. So this malic acid is very much short in nature, the structure is short, which is capable of entering through the porine channel inside the N side or the inner membrane space or the matrix of the mitochondria, where that malic acid reduced malic acid again gets oxidized to the oxaloacetic acid in presence of enzyme malate synthetase, and here what happens, here the magic happens. Magic is the NAD plus lying here within the produced by the mitochondria is getting converted to the NADH plus H plus. Okay. So how is this happening? Because the malic acid which was carrying the electron, this is oxidized malic acid, okay? This is oxidized and this one is reduced. This reduced malic acid is converted to the oxidized malic acid again, and this one is reduced malic acid is getting it's reducing the electron, so it is getting converted to the, this one is reduced malic acid, and this is converted to the oxidized oxaloacetic acid because the electron is removed, and this oxidized oxaloacetic acid here also is getting removed. Yeah. So this malic acid, reduced malic acid, is entering into the matrix of the mitochondria, and this reduced malic acid is donating the electron to the NADH in the presence of enzyme malate synthetase. And from where this NADH is being produced? The NAD plus. From where it is? This NAD plus is coming from where? This NAD plus is coming from the mitochondrial DNA. This NAD plus is produced by the mitochondrial genome. Hence the NADH dehydrogenase is the enzyme that is being produced, the first enzyme that is being produced by the mitochondrial genome or the mitochondrial DNA along with the NAD plus electron carrier. Now this oxidized oxaloacetic acid is again converted to the aspartic acid. Okay. In the presence of the oxidized oxaloacetic acid is getting converted to the aspartic acid again, and that aspartic acid is again leaving the matrix of the membrane outward. Okay. And here also again the interconversion happens of glutamate to alpha ketogluteric acid. The glutamate to alpha ketogluteric acid. Okay. Here what happens in the shuttle system, this is called mallet aspartate shuttle. Mallet aspartate shuttle. Why is this is necessary? Because the NADH that was coming from the glycolysis pathway, okay, that NADH is so much large in nature, the complex chemistry of the molecular chemistry of NADH is so much large that it cannot enter in one single in the first hand way, in a very easier way. It cannot enter directly into the matrix of the mitochondria, inside of the mitochondria. So it's needed to be converted, it needs to donate the electron, only the electron, to the malic acid, which the malic acid is that compound that, yeah.
Sir, repeat.
Why this shuttle system is necessary? Because the NADH is so much large in nature, the structure of the compound is so large that it cannot directly enter into the matrix at one go. So that's why it needs to donate the electron to the malic acid, to a compound which is the malic acid here, and this electron is being carried from the P side or the cytosolic side to the mitochondrial genome side. Okay, because this P side or the mitochondrial genome side here, in the inner membrane part of the mitochondria, where the electron transport chain is happening. So in the electron transport chain, the electron is being needed, foremost needed, and for that reason the electron from the outer cytosolic part to the matrix at the inside is very much needed, but the NADH itself cannot enter in here. So that's why it donates the electron to malic acid, which thereby comes inside the inside and donates the electron subsequently to the NAD plus. NAD plus, this is being produced by the mitochondrial genome. Mitochondrial genome, this is producing NAD plus. The NAD plus, taking the electron from the malic acid, gets converted to the oxaloacetic acid, which is oxidized state, and itself gets reduced to NADH. Then oxaloacetic acid is again converted to aspartic acid, and the aspartic acid is again leaving to the cytosolic side and repeating the cycle again. In this way, it is helping in carrying the electron to the towards the inner membrane of the mitochondria. Electron from where? From the glycolysis part. The electron from the NADH of the glycolysis, and the electrons from the NADH of the Krebs cycle, that is present within the matrix of the mitochondria. So there is no, is not necessary, that is not necessary, no such shuttle system required for carrying the electron from the matrix of the mitochondria towards the inner membrane part, because the inner membrane is just nothing but the first boundary of the mitochondrial matrix. Okay, so this is
So
what it is.
basically, this NADH that like this NADH is coming from the glycolysis cycle.
Yes, this NADH is coming from the glycolysis cycle.
Sir, wait, don't erase the board.
Okay.
Yes, sir, you can.
Okay, can I erase the word? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is all about mallet aspirated shuttle. Okay. Now I will teach the another second shuttle system that is called uh, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate shuttle. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate shuttle. This is also very much important for the carrying of the transporting the electron from the cytosolic side to the matrix side. Okay. Or glycerol 3-phosphate shuttle. So I am erasing only this part, upper part and the lower part, but I am keeping these other two parts. Okay. In order to explain, so that I don't have to draw the diagram again.
Sir, glycerol, the glyceroldehyde, right?
Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate shuttle. Okay, now here there is a difference between these two shuttles. Okay, the first shuttle happened in the outer membrane, right? And the second shuttle happens in the inner membrane. Inner membrane of mitochondria. Inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, this is happening in the inner mitochondrial membrane.
Sir, ওটা আউটারে ছিল না?
Outer membrane, yeah. Now the thing is here the glycerol gets refers this is inner now the previous shuttle, the mallet aspirated shuttle happens in liver, kidney and heart. These are the basic places where the shuttle system is needed. And in the spinal skeletal muscles means in the muscles that are attached to the skeletons that are close towards the skeleton, in order to move the skeletal framework, to keep the continuity of the locomotion or movement of the skeletal framework and brain. In the skeletal muscle and brain, this shuttle system, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate shuttle happens. Okay. Now, here what happens is the dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Dihydroxyacetone phosphate means the compound that was produced in the glycolysis. Okay. The dihydroxyacetone phosphate that is produced from the fructose 1,6-bisphosphate through the aldol condensation. The dihydroxy acetone phosphate is converted to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate in the presence of enzyme glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. The glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, dihydroxyacetone phosphate and 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde was forming. That's getting in, there was an enzyme called triose phosphate isomerase. The triose phosphate isomerase is interconverting the dihydroxyacetone phosphate in the preparatory phase to the 1,3-bisphosphoglyceraldehyde. Now this 3-glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate or 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is also formed in the presence of enzyme glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. Okay, this is the enzyme that is being needed here, and here the conversion also is happening. Conversion means the NADH that is coming from the glycolysis part plus H plus is getting converted to NAD plus. So this glycerol 3 phosphate here is generally reduced, negative, because this is taking one electron, and now this glycerol 3 phosphate is getting this glycerol reduced glycerol 3 phosphate. What it's doing is it's donating the electron. It's getting converted again to the dihydroxyacetone phosphate in this way. It is again getting converted to the dihydroxyacetone phosphate in the presence of this same enzyme. The same enzyme means this glycerol, this same enzyme only here. Glycerol 3 phosphate dehydrogenase, this same enzyme. The glycerol 3 phosphate is again getting converted to dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Now, in this course of conversion, what it is doing is this electron that is present with the glycerol 3 phosphate, this electron, it is donating this electron to the FAD, flavineadenine dinucleotide. The FAD that is coming from where? The FAD that is coming from the complex 2 of the electron transport chain. The FAD that is being produced, that is coming from the Krebs cycle or the TCA cycle, tricarboxylic acid cycle. After the substrate level phosphorylation, when the succinic acid was converted to the fumaric acid or succinate to fumarate, what was happening? Succinic dehydrogenase was functioning at that time. FAD, flavineadenine dinucleotide, was getting converted to FADH2, right? And now the FADH2 is also helping in donating the electron to the iron sulfur complex of the succinic dehydrogenase enzyme or succinyl CoQ reductase, and the iron sulfur complex is donating the electron to ubiquinone Q to reduce to ubiquinone, reduced ubiquinone, that is QH2. So here what happens is, as this electron is coming to FAD is donating accepting the electron. FAD here, FAD or the flavineadenine dinucleotide, FAD plus, is accepting the electron and it's getting converted to the FADH. FADH. FADH plus H plus. Okay.
The video has stopped.
FADH plus H plus, it is getting converted. FADH plus
Video has stopped.
H plus. This is what the conversion is happening. Now, how is this conversion happening? See the arrow mark here properly. Here the FADH is getting converted to FADH plus H plus. That is happening in the inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, inner mitochondrial membrane it is happening. Now, this is happening by taking the electron with the form of the hydride ion, H minus ion, H minus, He minus. That is the form of the hydride ion that it's taking. Okay, proton as well as the electron together from this glycerol 3 phosphate. Now this FADH is again getting interconverted to the FAD plus. This FADH is again interconverted to the FAD plus, and the FADH is donating the electron where? The FADH is donating the electron where? To the iron sulfur complex.
Yeah.
FAD from electric, this FADH is donating the electron to where? Iron sulfur through what? The enzyme, the succinyl CoQ reductase, that is taking the electron from the FADH and transferring the electron to the iron sulfur complex in the electron transport chain. So here, from here what is happening? The electron, the iron sulfur complex, FES, is taking this electron that is coming with this electron after FADH, it is taking this electron and donating to the ubiquinone Q, and the ubiquinone Q, after receiving the electron and the proton, getting reduced to the QH2, because two FADH2 molecules are, let's say consider it QH first, okay, because it is donating one electron and one proton for that. So the hydride ion is carrying the electron itself, the H, this one, H plus E minus. Okay, this is the hydride ion in the form where the electron is being transferred. So the electron along with the proton is getting is donated to the Q, and the Q, after taking the electron along with the hydrogen ion, that is the hydride ion, is reduced to QH, and with the donation of another FADH2 molecule, another 2 FADH molecule, it is getting converted to QH2 finally. QH2, which is residing where? This is residing within the membrane. This is residing within the membrane of the inner membrane of the mitochondria. Inner membrane. The QH2 is residing where? In the QO site. This is the QO site where the membrane is, the QH2 is residing, and from this QO site it is donated, it is participating in the third complex, that is ubiquinone cytochrome BC1 oxidoreductase. It is donating one electron to the lower affinity heme group BL, then to the higher affinity group BH, and then it is again, the electron is again being transported out of the enzyme to another subsequent fresh ubiquinone carrier Q, which is getting converted to semiquinone Q minus, and semiquinone is residing where? In the QI site. And the first, this is the second electron, and the first electron that is being donated to where? The cytochrome C, to the iron sulfur complex, and then the iron sulfur complex is donating electron to the cytochrome C. The C group, the C heme group present within the cytochrome, present within the C subunit of the enzyme, and then the C heme group is donating the electron finally to the subunit known as the cytochrome C. The cytochrome C subunit, after taking the electron, is getting reduced, and what it is doing? It is donating the electron to the cytochrome oxidase. It is compensating the electron donation to the fourth complex, participating in the fourth complex in the further reactions.